Let's talk to our Master at Arms about Kibellah murdering someone. Lord Captain, Mistress Kibellah is awaiting your judgment. Would you like her brought in? Yeah, bring Kibellah here. I want to know what drove her to murder. Let justice be done. I still don't think it's murder. I assume their tarot commanded them to do it. Lord Captain, a murder has been committed on this ship. The victim is one Letard Forius, Chirurgeon Majoris. The perpetrator was apprehended at the scene of the crime, admitted her guilt, and did not resist arrest. Yeah, because she doesn't think she did anything wrong. So there would be no need to resist arrest. Or deny the actions. Kibellah appears cold and apathetic. Her unblinking eyes stare vacantly, her expression odd. The Forius clan invoked a ship's tradition and summoned a requiescator to testify on behalf of the deceased. The masked man bows stiffly and decorously. I don't know what that is, so we can ask Kibellah how she feels, ask about the requiescator, or just move on with learning about the murder. I'm going to find out what this is. A requiescator, explain. When there is no one to speak for a deceased person in the court, their representative is entitled to seek assistance from a member of the Requiescators Guild. Their duty is to know and remember each and every person on this ship so that they can defend the interests of the deceased and represent them in court. They study the victim's entire life history to gain the most detailed impressions of their personality, deeds, and aspirations. The guild was founded by one of your distant ancestors, and to my knowledge, the Requiescators only exist on our glorious flagship. So it's some unique thing to our ship to have a guild that tries to learn everything about each individual. Is it only like senior members of the ship, or are they literally trying to know everything about every single nobody down in the lower holds and whatnot? That's crazy. Let's see just how well he knows the deceased. Tell us what Forius like and dislike about his work. Why is a Requiescator speaking for the late Forius? Does the man not have a family? How do you feel, Kibellah? We'll start with that now that we understand what's going on. I'm fine. Kibellah turns her face towards you slightly, a whisper escaping her lips. This is just hollow ceremony. Pointless. Yeah, kind of. Let's see how well he knows the deceased. Tell me, what did Forius like and dislike about his work? The masthead lowers, and the man strokes his chin contemplatively. He was fascinated by diseases, injuries, pathogens, complications. The part he disliked was the patients. They would not let him concentrate on that which was killing them. I think from what we know, we only talked to him a few times, but that does seem fairly accurate. Why is a speaking for the late Forius, that word. Why is he speaking for Forius? Does the man not have a family? The clan to which the deceased belonged are wary of bringing accusations against the Lord Captain's companion, and the esteemed Letard never made any courageous friends in his life, having always preferred his work to the company of others. Alright, then tell me about the circumstances of the murder. The eyewitness accounts didn't give us much. The deceased and the murderer had a brief conversation, following which Mistress Kibellah beheaded the Chirurgeon Majoris. The witnesses did not overhear any details of the conversation. Is it true that you killed him, Kibellah? Yes. Neither the Chirurgeon's death nor her own impending punishment seemed to trouble Kibellah. Her pensive dark gaze wanders around the bridge. It was me. Why did you do it? The heartless man took on a burden that was not his to bear. His duty was to heal, but instead he sent people to the Undying One, people whose time had not yet come. He was cruel, and had no intention of ever stopping. Okay, our influence has made Kibellah more compassionate. So, is that just leading to her using the word cruel rather than something else? Or if she was more just focused strictly on duty, would she not have turned on the Chirurgeon? And the only reason she's doing this is because she's more open to the feelings of others. Who knows? The Undying One never whispered his name. I myself decided to sever his thread, which means you also. You're upset that he sent people to the Undying One whose time had not yet come, but the Undying One didn't whisper his name to you. So you're guilty of the same act you claimed he committed. Although you were adding on that he was doing it repeatedly with no intention to stop, this is a first offense for you, but still, seems like she's done the same thing. I told you it would end like this, but why should anyone listen to little old Jai? She shakes her head sullenly. You are very far away to be chiming in on this conversation. Her colors have changed. The scarlet and the gold are drowning in the rage of muddled crimson, the misty blues of sorrow, and the impenetrable greens of doubt. These shades are all in conflict, melding together into a frenetic tapestry. Yeah, so she's confused. Rather than being solely focused on her duty, she's got a lot of other emotions tangling her up, like a normal person. You walked a narrow, dark path across the yawning abyss. It is small wonder that you stumbled. This soul, already mangled by blood and frightening service, has fractured further still. Can it still be saved? Juliet falls silent, leaving her own question unanswered. She was never sane to begin with. Judging lunatics is a thankless duty. The more important thing to address is that her cult is guilty of having drilled the notion of chosenness into her head. The whole sect must answer for this incident. Alright, let's hear from the victim's representative. The masked man's voice is unpleasantly creaky. The esteemed letter served this voidship and this dynasty for many years. He treated the sick and gained new knowledge as his trade commanded. He saved many, but he himself was not saved. He caused Mistress Kibellah no grievance. He never offended her. He merely answered her questions regarding his work, whereupon he was attacked, and so he has the right to demand a reckoning. The death of his murderer would be lawful and proportionate retribution. The heartless man did more than heal people. He maimed them too, tortured them, killed them slowly, and observed. True. He treated the sick and he gained knowledge. The masked head jerks up haughtily. The boots of those who walk the path of wisdom leave bloodied footprints. It is a rule that existed long before the esteemed Lethard did. Whom specifically did Forius torture? Unimportant people, common people, doomed people. The Requiescator shakes drops of imaginary blood from his hands with disgust. This was the esteemed Lethard's way of thinking. Does a doomed leper care whether the disease or the knife is causing them pain? Is the formula for medicine that would cure distinguished officers not worth the lives of a few dozen commoners turned test subjects? With the knowledge he gained, he invented a multitude of balms, antidotes, and treatment methods that went on to save thousands of lives. When you were brought in and placed on his table, burned by the fire you had passed through, talking about the very start of the game. Yeah, he saved you. The methods he used to keep your body alive had been tested on inhabitants of Loading Bay 8, as had the scar-removing techniques. Were their lives worth yours? The esteemed Lethard thought that they were. His methods were revolting, yes, but also this is Warhammer 40k, and the death of any number of nameless peasants is worth the improvement of mankind and the Empire. That's the general thought process. So the arguments are sensible by 40k standards. Forius' nonchalant disregard for common humanity is worthy of respect. Everything is clear. So we either state he was wrong, he had reasons for what he was doing and it's sensible, or we totally agree with his actions because ignoring the common folk to accomplish the betterment of humanity is worthy. I'm going to go middle of the road. As usual, I don't think I can fully agree with the hardcore dogmatic viewpoint. So, but also in 40k saying that what he was doing was just inherently 100% wrong, I don't think fits either. So his arguments were sensible. The esteemed lettered would be grateful for this judgment. He was a man of logic and practicality. I've learned enough. We humbly await your verdict, Lord Captain. My companion is within her rights to kill anyone on this ship. Her accusers, on the other hand, are naught but dust. Do not touch her, is that clear? There's truth there. She does have the right to kill anyone, including innocents. Like, that's part of their cult, is, though it's when the name has been whispered, they kill honorable good people sometimes. Kibellah is not subject to ordinary justice. She serves the Emperor through death, and as such cannot be convicted for a death. I'm still torn because it wasn't a death whispered by the Emperor. Forest Clan will be awarded a generous indemnity for their loss to be paid by me. I think that's reasonable. If there's a caveat of us saying, can you please not do that again? Or talk to us if you think someone is worthy of death that hasn't been whispered. Like, I'm fine with letting her off this time because her actions weren't that off. But I don't want her to just keep doing it. Forrest deserved to die, and I'm not going to punish Kibellah for that murder. As for his practices, they are henceforth banned on this ship. I find Kibellah guilty, but she will receive a more lenient penalty than death. The murder was committed. The punishment for that is clear. Let the law triumph. Commence preparations for the execution. Obviously not. I think I'm going to go with 3. It's a statement of Kibellah did wrong, but she is my shadow. And so her actions reflect on me, and I will pay the punishment in the form of gold, credits, whatever. Forest Clan will be awarded a generous indemnity for their loss to be paid by me. Like, yeah. It's, again, a more neutral response of she wasn't entirely correct in her actions, but not, I don't think, worthy of death. I humbly declare that the esteemed lettered was indifferent to the fortunes, good or otherwise, of his estranged kinspeople, whom you have made rich, and that he would not be satisfied with this ruling. Oh, that's fair. I cannot be put on trial. Kibellah's words are barely louder than a whisper, but everyone hears them. She raises her head, face deathly pale, as if she is asleep with her eyes open. None has the right to judge a spinner of death. Another spinner does. Are you a spinner? Yeah, you're the vizier. Only he can judge. Through the vizier's eye, or though the vizier's eyes are sewn shut, one can still read the grief that permeates his wrinkled features. He whispers in a sorrowful voice, "You have strayed from the thread. You have doomed the tenants of the blood-spun web to oblivion. What a sorry end. For me, not for you. For I am compelled to usher my apprentice's soul to the other side before it is my own time to go." Oh dear. So the vizier has received a statement that Kibellah is to die. That's bad. Why have you come here, vizier? Grant her grim soul mercy, vizier. Let her die. The blame for what happened lies not with Kibellah, but with your entire perverse philosophy. Enforcers, I order you to cull every member of the Bloodspun Web on my ship. I hate both of those options. Why have you come here, Vizier? To take the one who no longer sees the tenants. To give her to him. She is dangerous. To pacify her forever. Such is my duty, and so it must be. So is this the result of us trying to help her be more... I mean, obviously it is. When we kept pushing that she should embrace her emotions, it leads to the cult believing she's lost her way and must die. Yikes. Mentor, why me? Do you truly think the greatest danger to your flock is me? Kibella's voice trembles with pain. Never gave you permission to harm my servant, Vizier. What is happening to her? She is not herself. I mean, both of these. Let's ask the question first. What is happening to her? She is not herself. The second spinner is in the throes of a spiritual alignment that we call doubt. The most terrible ailment, though harmless to layfolk, is deadly to us. For a doubtful spinner will stray from their destined thread into bloodthirsty madness. Doubt brings them to the Undying One before their time. Our service is demanding. It requires clarity and a sense of purpose, and she no longer possesses. Long have I sensed the seeds of anxiety in her, but I hoped her reason would prove stronger and prevail. Alas, now I see the mark of despondence on her. Alas, I know that I am not mistaken. I mean, couldn't she just leave the cult? Like, okay. Then she's no longer part of the cult, but she's still in my retinue as a very powerful, trained assassin. She just no longer has the authority to kill in the Emperor's name as a Bloodspun Web member. Seems like a fair way of handling it. If she has to leave because she's mentally not in the right state, there must be a way to help her. How would one heal the soul of another? Domin, she is fighting a losing battle inside her mind, one that she has all but lost. We cannot enter her mind. We cannot reach out to her, a hand to her. Although, we can enter her mind. We've done that ritual before, where she let us in. You could. A thread binds the Domin and his shadow together. A rare thread, a shared thread. Will that connection be enough for your souls to enter into harmony? I must attempt to save her at the very least. I mean, this is kind of our fault because we kept pushing her to not be as robotic and mechanical in her choices, to think and feel for herself. I must attempt to save her at the very least. The Vizier turns to face towards Kibellah, who seems withdrawn, her spark snuffed out. He whispers, "Then seek a steward of souls, an artisan who will put you both in a psyker's trance, allowing your minds to become one. You have a chapel full of astropaths, Domin. One of them will surely do you that service. See that their guidance is strong, for inside her soul you will encounter monsters. A doubt-ridden mind is a dangerous place." Alright. We need a psyker to help us. Obvious choices would be Heinrichs or Adira. Probably not Adira, though, because she's unsanctioned. Or, as he says, the astropaths. We could go down and talk to our head astropath. So are you no longer doing your dagger stabbing yourself in the hand animation? It seems not. Huh. Weird. Not now, Domin Ignatius. I must first clear my mind. Let's try talking to Heinrichs. My guess is we do just need to go down to Where Oh, I'm looking at the wrong section. My guess is we need to talk to the astropaths, like I said.
To what do I owe this visit?
Yeah. Alright, let's go down to the astropathic chapel. See what can be done about Kibellah. Perhaps we ought to take Kibellah with us, I suppose, which means I'll need to level her up. We'll drop Ulfar to bring her. Hopefully it doesn't immediately go into a fight. As it's done before. Alright, it did not. Alright, let's level you up a ton. So skills-wise, Medicae is of course your primary. Looks like Demolition and Carouse are also ones we focused on. Who do we have for Carouse? Abelard is super good. I mean, same with Demolition. You're not going to be our top choices for either of them, but that's fine. Have I marked anything? Not really. We've already chosen all the ones I'd marked. I don't know. So agility is your primary stat. Weapon skill and strength are probably also good ones to get up. We'll go with weapon skill because it's an odd number. Nothing marked there. Blood-covered cells are hard to pull off. Just not enough of her attacks have historically left large amounts of blood around. Whatever, we'll go for it. What was dispatch? Assassin makes an attack with the current weapon against an enemy, cannot miss, and deals 50% more damage. Alright, probably will never use this. Alright, and then Exemplar. That would be very good because I'm betting you have a good dodge. Only 108 actually. You feel like a dodgy character. First melee attack doesn't matter. Your whole focus is making tons of attacks per turn that are not heavily damaging. It's more of a burst fire as opposed to a single shot kind of thing. Ooh, that's good. Stacking reduction of armor with every attack is great for a rapid attack. That one sounds great. Every attack gives you it. It doesn't say stacking, but just the reading of it sounds like it stacks. Any damage the character deals is increased by +1 for every attack they have made at this combat. The fact it doesn't use the word stacks, even though they pretty much always do, is weird. Just slowly going through all of these so I can... It'll be faster next time to find the ones that I actually like. I don't want her to be a priority target ever. That's not bad. Boosting her strength. I mean, currently it wouldn't even be a full +10, but after enough levels and gaining health, maybe we'll get there. Oh, +0 weapon skill and ballistic skill. How wonderful. Boosting your damage when you lose wounds is good because your class makes you lose wounds yourself. So we can sort of intentionally trigger that. I don't think you actually really have deflections. That doesn't help. I don't know your critical hit chance, but it's probably not bad. Okay, I think those are all of the ones that seem extremely good. But the stacking +1 damage feels really good. And now we need to go through all of these talents. These are the first tier talents. Maybe. I don't think I've really ever used Veil of Blades. But now that she's got a reasonable amount of health, maybe it's worth it. Ooh, more damage based on agility is very good. I've been trying to boost strength to get more damage. There's a lot of good stuff in this tree. I mean, that would make your Medicae plus 20, which is nice, but not critical. More damage. Again, that's what I recall being her limiting factors. She just didn't do enough damage. Lots of hits, but they just weren't hitting very hard. So anything I can do to boost her damage or increase the amount of blood that she's throwing around so that we get more stacks of those, which also helps her abilities, would be great. Ooh, Death from Above was nice. Getting an extra charge every time you dodge could be good. Boosting wounds is alright. Okay, there's a lot of good choices here. I think I'm going to go with that one. Medicae is your primary skill, so we'll boost that. Okay, now I need to choose even more. These are the second tier archetype talents. Why have I not marked any of them on you? What was I doing in the past? +1 damage just doesn't feel good. I think direct damage is unblockable, which is nice, but meh. I don't know how often enemies are dodging. Was vulnerable. Character suffers more damage from the assassin's attacks. Okay. It's a weird effect. I gain dodge reduction minus target's dodge divided by 2 lethality. How's it used? Remember seeing it, but I don't remember how it got used or how important it is. Yeah, again, we can gain lethality. I don't know how often we're doing 5 direct damage in a single attack. What was Dance Macabre? I don't remember. Do think it's one I used a lot. Part of me thinks that might be the running through enemies move, but I don't remember. We don't use her often enough. It's been ages, which is why I have infinite levels to go through. So lethality is equal to our dodge, or dodge reduction. And our dodge is 108, so we should be regularly attacking with 100 lethality, or greater. Maybe I should focus on getting more direct damage first, and then we can boost things that benefit off of direct damage. Or should I be working on lethality? I guess I don't know what lethality is for. But that's 7 direct damage whenever I use that ability. That feels pretty good. I think that does damage when we charge through an enemy, but I can't say that with tons of confidence. So we could boost our toughness to another whole number just to get more health as an option, or just keep boosting our agility or weapon skill. Agility is our dodge initiative, but I think we have taken abilities that allow it to add to damage. So we'll probably never boost strength again at this point. And we have no common talents selected as favorite. Of course not. Boost characteristics. I don't think... Probably not skills. I don't think any of those matter. But I could boost your agility again here. Combat Master wouldn't be bad. You're never going to use a shield. More parry would also be good. Not going to give you a heavy armor, heavy weapons. Or shields. This one never felt great to me. Increasing your wounds by half the character's level rounded up. Our level is... yeah, level 35. Wasting a talent to get 17 hit points. Well, I guess everyone else is level 40 something, but still. So then 20 hit points. That's not terrible, actually. Maybe. I think we're at the point where it is starting to feel okay. Plasma, power armor, power weapons, shields. No. But yeah, let's start with Combat Master. Oh. You get an additional attack this turn if you kill your target. Tempting. I mean, the wound cost is rough. How's that calculated? It's based on your level. Oh, so it's just going to keep going up in cost. And I don't think our health is going up significantly every level. So that's rough. Yeah, we'll go with Blood Oath. Medicae. I guess this doesn't matter. You don't actually need willpower. I selected it because you don't have ranged weapons, but meh. I think regular healing is going to be valuable for you. Let's see. Alright, we can't boost your agility again, so we'll go with weapon skill. Parry, more health, or more dodge. I'll give you some parry, which is already pretty high, but I'm happy to increase that. Can't do Medicae again, so more demolition, I suppose. Plus 1 AP is fine. I wonder if this stacks with restoring 10% of their maximum wounds at the start of a turn. Does that count as healing for the first time in a round? Don't know. Alright, we are almost fully leveled up. There we go. Finally got her leveled up.
It's about time.
She's probably a lot more powerful suddenly. 132 health. That is also impressive. Why is Irliat's health so terrible? I don't know.